Hey, what is up guys, Massive here, back to do another video, and today I've got a game on Tiberium Rift versus Senna. We're playing as the MoK once again, and I've got a special tactic to showcase in this game, something that is very rarely used. As always, so many unit abilities and strategies are not used all that often, but are very powerful and have been made more powerful over the years, either through bug fixes, quality of life changes, or balance related stuff. So refinery first in this game for me. I always like it on this map. There's only one spy to capture. It just makes your eco more fluid when you're building that fourth harvester and your second refinery. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Tiberium spike and hope he is not GDI, because I've lost a game in a tournament many years ago going ref first and subsequently losing my engineer to a rifleman which garrisoned the building before I got my engineer there. With this map, very popular. Over time it superseded Tournament Rift. The classic Rift no longer is played as much anymore because players don't seem to appreciate spike poker. But I don't believe there is too much spike poker if both players pick their factions. If you know your opponent's nod, you can be like, okay, yeah, I know you're going for shadow teams, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a hammerhead instead. I'm going to go for that hammerhead and I'm going to take those spikes back. Or you can be as Trana59 and say to yourself, okay, shadow teams are going to the bottom of the map. I'm going to send my descent spam straight through the middle of the map so the shadow teams are out of position. I kill the enemy harvester. But you see where the problem lies. You can get very quick games as a result of that. So back in the day, players mutually agreed to not cheese like that every game, not go for shadow team rushes every game. In fact, a measure was introduced in 1.02 plus years ago to combat the oppressiveness of the shadow team opening, and that was to bring in a spawn delay on the shadow teams from the support power so they don't arrive at the enemy base before they drop a war factory, which kind of sucked. Now there were ways to prevent that happening. Skirmishes had a way to deal with it, but that is for a future discussion. So this game is just pure macro at this point. I want to macro up in this game because I'm going to go for mass enlightened and mass raided by gear strategy that I do enjoy to do as the Might of Kane. Ever since Might of Kane Enlightened received the minuscule buffs with the health and damage before supercharge, I've been a fan of making them. They are an expensive unit at $1,200 per squad, and Lefrister giving me a gift sub in this stream. I really do appreciate the subs that this man has given me over the course of the last year. And now my dog is barking. Hopefully that does not continue, or I'm going to have to abort this cast and do another one. No, it's not going to happen. But yeah. Little known fact, you can repair your awakened and cyborgs near a war factory, though it is slow. You know, actually had to increase the health by 5 times so to get the repair rate down on those infantry. So they have tank-like HP, these enlightened squads. But they have shitty armor. Sorry, I swore there. I should not say that in a game. I'm gonna have to block that so YouTube does not deem my video unsafe for certain audiences. But yeah, the armor is not good to offset the health increase. People's moving in. I'm a little bit exposed here, as you can see. Not much defense, but I'm going for Enlightened, and as soon as I get that Cyber leg upgrade, I'm going to be able to deal with these Pipples quite nice. I'm going to be able to lock them down. And by the way, you can lock down a lot of units. I'm going to the middle of the map too. Why are you going to the middle of the map with the MCB? Well, because I need anti-air, and Senna's going hammerhead spam. He always does hammerheads. He loves hammerheads. Who doesn't? I went for the quad turret upgrade too. I'm going for Voicer Kane and a disruption tank. I'm going to be able to cloak my base, but I should have gone for a defense SAM turret. Potential mistake there from me. I work on one now, but these hammerheads are getting a lot of damage on my enlightens. I'm going to clean up 2 predator tanks, which is a nice catch, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Supercharged particle beams is now online. I'm going to get that tip core. Went for the supercharged before. Quad turrets I did not research in this game. It's a very good upgrade. If I'm not going for that tip core first, then quad turrets will help me immeasurably. Now I am raiding him with raider buggies, but a lot of those were cleaned up. I'm going for those Voicer Canes. You can build more than one in this community patch. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. You can build more than one. It's essentially the Cabal buff, plus the radius of the tower itself is increased. Affects infantry in a much lighter radius. Infantry in general in Kane's Wrath, though, do need such extreme buffs to be viable due to the AP ammo increasing damage by 100%. So, and the infantry are not 100% better. Hammerheads flying into the raider buggies, unwise decision, but I just don't have the forces here to contend with these hammerheads. These raider buggies will be targeted down quickly, and it only takes a singular hammerhead for my infantry to be all cleaned up. So I'm going to go back to the defense of my SAM turret. I see he's been at the blue field. We see that smoke color has changed to blue. Harvesters trying to take that blue field, but I am here with my MCV. This is a very unusual game so far. I think a second MCV would support this push more. Tip core is now online, and I've got stealth tanks mixed in just to deal with those hammerheads, but it's going to be tricky microing them. Stealth tanks, of course, require a lot of control and micromanagement. I've established an expansion. He's going to the bottom field, and I'm looking at the top thinking he could split off his pit bulls and do a lot of damage there. Quad turret upgrade has been researched, and that's exactly the upgrade I need at this point in time. Stealth tanks. No, it was not that upgrade. What did I even purchase there? Oh, it was the EMP cores. That's not particularly useful in this game because I have mass enlighten, so a bit of a waste for me, but I guess it doesn't hurt to have EMP as well on your buggies. They do have a longer duration EMP as opposed to the Enlightened squad. Orca Strike coming in. These stealth tanks are just hunting down some harvests at this point. I'm going to do some recon, and this is what MoK play is all about, just being a nuisance with these stealth antics. Harvester gets destroyed, and I'm not going to stick around here. I know he's going to Q move or send a considerable army to these stealth tanks to respond to them, so I'm going to go back and just defend. Now, Sen is going to the middle field, but I've anticipated he'd make a push for my field, either with a Marv Jug play or with a swell of units like with these Predator tanks, which are killing my expansion. I've got a tier 4 down, so I can summon in the Catalyst missile, but I don't want to make it obvious just yet that I have 1 clicks. Because if he goes over that blue field with his army, I can maybe kill them. It's not guaranteed nowadays because the support power does not work if those units run off of the field. APC's chasing these enlightened watchtowers coming down in mass, and I'm waiting until more of those units are in there. Plus I can combo the EMP with the Tiberian Vein so these units cannot retreat, and that could have been a lot worse for him with the Spectres now raining downhill from above on these Predator tanks. Hammerheads moving in. There's the quad turret upgrade finally online. The Spectres force firing that choke point, but the Enlightened are being such a nuisance, EMPing what they can, but at the same time they're taking huge casualties. These APCs are taking them out, and this is extremely close. The Senna's army is getting thinned out here. Another SAM turret comes down. Spectres are still out for me. He's got watchtowers, but those aren't particularly useful now. They're going to get destroyed by those Spectres. And having these Spectres out on the map is going to give me another option going forward. Much like the GDI Juggernaut bombardment, I can build a shadow team and bombard across the map with a shadow team, which I have just built. So I'm going to attempt to bomb him in his base with the shadow team. So shadow team comes out. It's only $800. The beacons remain stealth when you use the ability. Even while active, it won't unstealth. Before it used to, which sucked. It meant a watchtower even could take it out. It was rarely the case that you got any more than 2 shots off with the Spectre beacon. Redeemer engineering facility. Only now I'm considering an epic unit. And if I can take out this tier 3, he's not going to have a Marv either, because in this patch, the Marv now requires the tech center to be built. Before, that was not the case. It was the only epic unit that had no such requirement. A bit of an oversight from the developers of this game. That tier 3 though, going down very quickly. I could have let them target it more. Got a power plant for a good measure, I suppose. The beacon has a considerable reload time, so I'm going to have to wait a bit before that beacon is ready to be used once again. Got the Vertigo bomber just to do a bit of recon. He's got an expansion, and this Vertigo has sick AA damage too. Gonna one-click this refinery. This will force all the harvesters to dock in the one ref he has left, which will prime it for the Spectres to bomb him. So this was a 2-punch combo. The catalyst to force all the harvesters in the one refinery and then decimate them all with the Spectre bombardment, completely destroying his economy with that play there. So not have a lot of stealth tactics that they can employ to offset their relative unit weakness when it comes to overall stats. So this is the annoyance of playing Nod. I imagine it is infuriating playing versus Nod, who sit in their base and abuse these abilities. But as GDI, you can use sensor pods on Orcas. You can litter them around your base. You can also go for a ion cannon as well if you deem the game is going to drag on. That will win it for them. But most of all, you need firehawks, you need hammerheads, you need snipers as well. Snipers and APCs are a must. If he had done that, he could have killed those Enlightened. Sure, APCs get locked down and EMP'd, but if he had snipers in those APCs, it would have completely changed it, because then the snipers would have been continue to shoot and deal damage. Vertigo's there, a bit out of position. I was looking at this Marv thinking maybe I could bomb that with the Spectres, maybe combo it with the EMP. So even though my Spectres are not in range per se, I can still bomb him from afar. More EMP comes down, and now we see the Spectres coming down on this. That is it. I'm surprised they only shot once though, despite the beacon still being there. Sometimes the Spectre bombardment does glitch out and they don't always continue to fire. But I think it's because there's no shadow team on the map, or the beacon got killed, so they can no longer use that ability. Nonetheless, Redeemer fires off its rage, and now the Spectres are gonna get to work on the rest of this army. Marv taking damage, and it goes down. It was a shot away from going down. Anyways, I've got my Sea Tiberium avatars back there too. I can go back for a Redeemer if I choose. And I'm going to put down another one of these pods, and I'm going to start targeting down these two structures. The key structure to take out there is the Space Commander. He has a shockwave ready to fire off. And yeah, that's going to go down. A key structure for Senna. Those Spectres promoting up massively in the process. And that MCB, when it packed up, actually got destroyed too. So yeah, Spectres very powerful with the beacons, and that was precisely the reason why I wanted to showcase that game. And I forgot just how insane it was, but yeah, it's a really good idea, killing a ref with the catalyst and either bombing the harvesters that stack in the one ref they have with vertigos, or using things and tools such as the Spectre Beacon Bombard. You can kill like 5 or 6 harvesters in one go, and a ref. Crazy stuff there. Anyways, thank you very much guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button. I really appreciate that. And before I go, I'd like to thank all my Patreon members for supporting me and my channel and keeping things going here in Kane's Wrath. Anyways, this is it from me, Master Leaf. Peace out.